All right, so the little bit of a tease here saying, hey, how great would it be if we had free parking downtown Montreal, comma, during the winter holidays? No, don't get ahead of yourself. It seems to me when I first saw the story, I thought to myself, haven't we done this in the past? Haven't administrations done this in the past? And I thought, no, we did it during the pandemic, right? But I don't think this is one of those things that happened every year in the city. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. So, look, I know the opposition at City Hall, Ensemble Montreal, is trying to get the administration to get on board. Julien Henault-Ratelle is city councillor at Mercier-Hochelaga, and he's a member, of course, of Ensemble Montreal, the opposition at City Hall. He is on the line. Julien, thanks for being here. Look, am I wrong? Didn't the city in years past always try to float an idea like this, or am I just imagining this?
Well, thanks for having me, Aaron. Well, have you been saying regarding the free parking during the holiday season? It's been done once by the Plante administration in 2020 and 2021. So during the pandemic, we know that we had some difficulties to get the customers downtown Montreal. And at that moment, so during 2 years, the administration did put in place free parking during the holiday season. And that's one of the three requests that we're doing in the motion that we will be submitting at the next city council.
All right. So when you say you're submitting the motion, I mean, obviously it's going to be hard to find people who don't think this is a good idea. So what are you expecting to hear back from the administration? Is it going to be about how much money we'd be losing if we did it?
Well, we hope that they will be considering it. We're not doing this for fun. Montreal is well recognized globally as a premier destination, but we know that specifically during winter season, it's a huge challenge for all of the city's businesses, the retailers, and even for the tourism industry. And we know that every winter, it's the exact same scenario that is coming back toward those kind of businesses, and that's why we're asking the Plante administration to basically put in place three different steps. So one of those is to have free parkings during the off-peak hours during the holiday season on all of the commercial streets regarding, for example, downtown Montreal. In our point of view, that could be a good idea to increase the foot traffic. Where it's been impacted a lot by the initiative of Projet Montréal to extend the parking hours up until 11 p.m. at downtown Montreal last year.
Yeah, that was bad enough that you're paying and now extending it the other couple of hours. There are not a lot of merchants very happy about that. So you mentioned you have three things. What else beyond the free parking?
Yeah, so that's the first one. The second one, we want to make sure that the Plante administration is going to increase the funding of commercial development corporation. We have some of them all across Montreal. One of them is in downtown Montreal. And we'll make sure that the funds that those corporations would get will be specifically dedicated to revitalize shopping streets or implement attractive projects during the winter season. Because right now they have some fundings that are available for those kind of initiatives, but it's for all year round. And as I was saying, during the winter season, we have a specific issue regarding the help that we can provide to businesses. And that's why we're asking the Plante administration, the Projet Montréal administration, to put in place specific fundings for the implementation of a new projects on commercial streets, specifically during winter season. So that's the second thing that we are asking to the administration. It could be good for the citizens, but also for the economy. And the third thing that we're asking the Projet Montréal administration is basically to put in place an outdoor decoration contest for merchants, residents, and community organization. And just to explain myself on this one, if you think on the holiday season around the globe, you will think of the Champs-Élysées in Paris. You will think of Regent Street in London. You will think of the Fifth Avenue in New York, the Christmas markets in Germany. So all kind of destinations around the globe where we're that are well known for their winter destinations, and we want to make the same thing in Montreal. So we have some examples of cities that have done so around Montreal. So for example, there is Sherbrooke, Saint-Hyacinthe, McMasterville. So there are plenty of examples in Quebec that have done so, and we think that by adding that kind of contest, it would be good also to attract customers during the season that is particularly rough towards businesses.
I love the idea. What street do you have an idea to do it on?
Well, for example, St. Catherine will be a very good one.
Julien, Julien, have you been on St. Catherine lately?
Well, it's kind of rough right now with all of the chantiers that are in place, and that's again why we need to help all of those retailers that are on those streets. So St. Catherine is one of the examples, but if you think of many commercial streets all across Montreal, for example, in my borough of Mercier-Hochelaga-Maisonneuve, we can think of Hochelaga, we can think of Ontario, of again St. Catherine in Hochelaga-Maisonneuve. There are many examples. We can think of Jean Talon in Saint Leonard. There are many examples all across Montreal where those kind of contests and fundings could be put in place, and again, that would help all of the commercial development corporation to help the different businesses that need it.
Listen, it sounds like a great idea. I'd like to recommend, if you're going to pick a street, why don't you take McGill College between the back of Place Ville-Marie right up to the Rada Gates at McGill. It's about 3 blocks, right? The nice middle of downtown. City thought they'd try to make that nice a few years ago. I don't know how it is now, but there you go. How far do you expect? I mean, these are all great ideas, but the administration has to be on board. Are you expecting they will be? Will they be?
Well, we hope so. We don't know yet. We hope so. This motion will be presented at the next City Council, so basically on November 18 and 19. Probably going to be debated on the 19th, but we really hope that the administration will be on board because, you know, as I was saying, it's every single year that all of our businesses are having a rough time during winter season. And one of the great examples of that is that many businesses are shutting doors right after the holiday season because it's a rough period for them. If we take a look at the commercial activities on a year basis. So that's why we want to make sure that we will be able to help them out.
All right, I got to let it go there. Oh, I will ask you, when are you officially going to announce that you're running for mayor?
That's not in the plans for now.
Not for now. But you'll let me know, right?
We will.
Okay, good. Thank you, Julien. Julien Henault-Ratelle, City Councillor with Ensemble Montreal. Good ideas. Let's see what happens at that City Council meeting. Sound pretty good ideas, as I said. It'd be great to have a street like that designated in the winter, like a Fifth Avenue, like in New York. Let's see.